Hello, friends. It's John Klein III with episode 55 of Shadow and Flame of Magic, the podcast. And today we're going to review Blue Beetle, the movie. So let's get to it. And once again, thank you, Francisco, for providing the theme song to the podcast. Really appreciate it. And you. And joining me for 9 times, Walker D. Whirl. Hey, Walker.
Yay, hey.
And we are recording in the living room like adults and not secretly downstairs. So, like
always.
Yeah, like usual. So we watched Blue Beetle yesterday.
Yep.
And, without going to spoilers, you liked it, love it, hated it? How do you feel about it?
I liked it.
Nice. I liked it too. It was okay. I will say during the opening credits when it said and Susan Sarandon with George Lopez, I was like, oh, George Lopez is the last name on the bill? Is he going to be big in this movie? And he was big in this movie. And so, and I'm pretty cold on George Lopez. Like, there's like, you know, like on TikTok, it'd be like, oh yeah, these are some funny jokes, but an hour special, I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. But I am curious if they made a movie without George Lopez, if the movie would be slightly better. But any favorite moments you had?
Kinda not.
Yeah, it was just an overall good movie. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. So Blue Beetle's Jaime Reyes, and played by the guy from Zolo from Cobra Kai. So I thought he did a good job. You liked him as Blue Beetle?
So, I don't know who he is.
Well, he's the main Blue Beetle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. So I don't know what's Cobra at all.
Oh, I know. But did you like the Blue Beetle actor?
Yeah.
Okay. And then James Gunn has said that this is the first movie in his DC, and then Superman is going to be his first. Oh, he has an elegant way of saying it, but like this is the first movie in the DC, but then his Superman's launching the DC movies. But yeah, and I was like, yeah, nothing got conflicted or anything. There's no hard references to any specific Batmans or Wonder Woman. So yeah, I think it makes sense. We still have Aquaman 2 later this year, and then that will close the ODC movie universe, but then I don't know what we're calling this. Is this the DCU Gunn universe? The James Gunn DCU?
That makes sense.
I mean, it's a mouthful, but it works. Let's see here. So then I'm more familiar with Ted Kord, the second Blue Beetle, and I was pretty happy to see him get referenced a bunch. I need to still look up if he actually does have a daughter in the comics, or was that just a fun way to...
He's kind of spoiling the movie away.
Oh, I was supposed to say spoilers ahead?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You think by now, this is like our 7th movie review. I will have it down packed by now.
Yeah.
So,
he has a daughter.
Yeah, so spoilers ahead. And I guess now that we've done spoilers, excuse me. There's an end credit sequence that hints that Ted's safe, but it's not Ted giving us the message, and I suspect that's Booster Gold. Because I want to say it was a yellowish screen, right?
Yep.
So that's probably his future friend. I mean, his friend from the future, Booster Gold. And it would make sense, too, for him to be the one to provide that message. Let's see here. Susan Sarandon's the bad guy in the movie, but not the actual, like, fighting guy. She's more the money behind the bad guy. But she's also playing Ted Kord's evil sister, which I didn't look that up, too, because I suspect they gave him 2 characters in the movie. I was like, sure. Let's see here. Then Blue Beetle... We met his mother, his father, his grandmother, and his sister. And I thought his sister was pretty fun. Sad about his father.
something really sad because he died.
Yeah.
Really sad.
And then the grandma did some comedy. Apparently, she was a guerrilla warfare back in her day. So she's very used to giant rifles and everything. So that was fun. That's the jokes I want. For whatever reason, George Lopez, I don't know, was sprinkling George Lopez goodness over it. But it's good that, and I love that the movie got representation. That was great. Walker's cousin Curtis was talking about how, like, Marvel doesn't do legacy characters. And I immediately was like, well, there's Miles Morales. There's War Machine was an original legacy character for Iron Man. Jane Foster Thor. Captain America and Bucky have both had legacy characters. So it's cool to see a new legacy, but DC's definitely more prone to legacy characters. I'm trying to think of what else. I did like how it was a smaller movie. Like, the stakes aren't too high. Oh yeah, Susan Sarandon's character is making OMAC, which is fun to see a Jack Kirby character's name, but it's definitely the more modern version of OMAC where it's like a battle suit instead of like the original OMAC that was like an alien that was a one-man army.
A OMAC, like the new version of the OMAC in the movie kind of looks like Doom.
Oh, Doom Slayer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From the video game Doom franchise. And not Doctor Doom, of course. But yeah, you're right. He had a Doom Slayer look, but all black and red highlights.
Yep.
Which he looks like that from time to time.
Like, the helmet just kind of looks like the same.
Yeah, it was like a rounder helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think about it. Oh yeah, so the movie's smaller, and so it all takes place in a DC city, like Paradise City or something like that.
Yep.
And then it's neighbor Edge City, which is only called that because it's the city on the edge of the more famous city. And so it takes place at like Susan Sarandon's like house, Blue Beetle's house, or the Reyes family's house, and then the military in battle sequence. And I want to say that's the 3 locations, really.
Makes sense.
I mean, there's like travel locations. But yeah, it's a smaller city. Like, the world's not going to end. Yeah.
Okay. You remember the daughter and you remember the original Blue Beetle? Well, I guess her mom died. She painted paintings.
Yeah.
And,
Which I don't even know if Ted Kord has ever been married.
well, I guess he was.
Yeah, in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, there's a second post-credit sequence that you do not need to stay for.
Yep.
Once you see the message about Ted Kord being alive. Oh, and we saw the Blue Beetle uniforms.
Yep.
And there's 3 mannequins. The middle one, of course, has the classic Blue Beetle uniform. The one on the left must be the Golden Age Blue Beetle uniform. And then there's the missing third that he's clearly using. So that'll probably be the more movie appropriate uniform. But I'm trying to think of any highlights or lowlights. But it might not be that long of an episode. Like, it was a good movie.
Yep.
I know it became the #1 movie, so it's great to see that success. It knocked Barbie out of the contender. Yep. Barbie was like #1 for weeks, and then Blue Beetle came along and just was like, hey, here's a movie guys can watch. And so they watched it.
I thought the Mario movie was the top of the year.
No, I mean, like, every week there's a #1 movie. And Mario has not been playing, and so... Yeah, I think Mario is still probably the #1 movie of the year, but in terms of...
What about in the whole entire world?
Yeah, I know it was #1 across the world, but I don't know if it's still the #1 movie. But...
It probably is one.
But in terms of #1 movie of the weekend, Blue Beetle won last week, and I think he won 2 weeks ago, and then last week as well. Yeah. So just a good time. No offensive moments. I'm trying to think of anything that 1 minute after we're done recording, am I going to be like, oh, we should have added that. Oh, George Lopez makes a Batman's a fascist joke, and no one in the audience laughed. And it's also awkward because the X-Men are currently fighting actual fascists in Orcus. So it's like, yeah, Batman's not that. Like, you can make a joke, I guess. Like, haha. But, honestly, I want to say there wasn't that many jokes in the movie. Like, I don't remember the audience laughing too much.
Yep. Like the Barbie movie, everyone was laughing.
Yeah, the Barbie movie had jokes. So that movie also had interesting, like, oh, is this what we're doing now? Like, sometimes I wonder if Barbie never came to the real world, would that movie have been maybe a little bit better, maybe more streamlined? Because she doesn't go to the real world, but learns about, well, no, because I guess you don't get the ending, which we won't spoil the ending of Barbie, because that's not what this podcast is. But just about her desire to want more, let's say. Will she have that feeling if she never went to the real world? Maybe. Like, if maybe she went to Barbie library and was like, oh, hey, I never come over here. Look at all this stuff. And then, like, that broadens her mind that way.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah, we've clearly exhausted all the Blue Beetle talk. Yep. Trying to think if there was any trailers or anything to talk about.
That mic looks delicious.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Walker D. Oh, anything you want to promote?
Follow this guy.
Okay, but also follow this guy to my left, Walker D. World on YouTube. You have a channel. You have any content you want to start working on that people can maybe look forward to?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Lots happening over here, everyone. Anyway, so this is be a mini episode, but we don't number them any differently. Upcoming on the podcast proper, I'm going to review Realm of X. This would be the Monday episode, so we probably do that for our Tuesday episode. And then later in the week, we do our Inferno episode as well. So you can follow me at Jackal SIII on YouTube and Twitter and Blue Sky. You can follow the podcast at SNFWM on Twitter and Instagram. Oh, I'm on Instagram as too as Jackal SIII. And I guess that's everything. Oh, and follow the blog at shadowandflamemagic.com. And if you give the podcast 5 stars and a subscribe and tell a friend, we appreciate it. And we will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.
Bye.